big maple tree dropped a dead branch in my backyard, so I salvaged a couple pieces to make into a new magic wand or two. One piece is going to go to fix my mallet though. First thing I do is split the log that I salvaged out after I cut it down to size. Got two nice little pieces. Now I need to strip the bark off of them. Check out this cool little bug that was living under the bark. I think it's called a pseudo-scorpion. Next, I'm going to mill the split log into a four-sided log. It's going to come out eventually to about 3/4 by 3/4. And I'm going to square off the ends of the stick. And mark the centers of the ends so I can drill holes to mount in the lathe. Yeah, that one end is not quite square. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Next, I chuck it in the lathe, get it tightened up and tightened down. Then I break out the chisels and start turning it down to a round stave. After consulting my reference diagram, I mark transition points onto the stave and then define them with a lathe tool. Now I switch tools again and start shaping. You can see there, although it's a really hard wood, it is quite flexible, which makes carving a little bit hard. This is how I carve around a ball-looking bit. Believe it or not, my tools are sharp. This is just really hard wood. Now I go back in for a little more detail shaping. Turn down and narrow the blade end of the wand. Next comes lots of sanding. Usually I start with an 80, but here I'm starting with 100 grit, and I go to 120 and 220 and finish up with 320 and then some steel wool. be careful with the steel wool. Don't normally use stains, so here I'm using a heat shield and a torch to darken the wood in a couple places. And some more sanding to get the charred bits off. I'm going to darken this section with a pyrography pen. I believe the chemical is ammonium chloride. You paint it on the place you want darkened up, and then you heat it with a heat gun, and the chemical reaction causes the wood to burn. Next, I'll finish it with a friction polish. Get this at Woodcraft. It's not the brand I usually use, but it's the brand they had in stock when I went to resupply. You wipe it on, and then you spin up the wand and use a different dry cloth to polish it. The heat from the friction brings out a really nice shiny finish. I like this on maple because it's a neutral finish instead of oils, which would yellow it, or amber color. Now I'm going to use a gold leaf pen to add some detail. I break out the wood burner to add a design to the blade of the wand. I was going to use the pyrography pen so you could see how it worked a little bit better, but it doesn't work since I've already waxed the wood. It repels the chemical, so we have to use an actual wood burner. Cut off the tip on the bandsaw and transition to the sander to tidy that up a bit, both ends. Give that a quick polish with some finer sandpaper. Then after applying some more friction polish, I'll buff it up with the dremel tool. Thinking about making this 5-sided star pattern my trademark. Lastly, we go to the magic box, and I think I'll add a genuine dragon scale core. I drilled a hole in the handle to accommodate the core. So after inserting the scales, a bit of epoxy seals it. I finish it then with a small ball of lava rock. And here's the finished wand. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching.